making tofu, cheese, and coconut oil. As always, we have a certain layout we like to keep our kitchen in so that when we're cooking a recipe, it's much easier and you're not going to forget anything. We lay our ingredients from front to back, so we'll take each ingredient and use it in order, one after another. And then, as for utensils, we move from left to right. So, with the tofu, somebody asked a question earlier, where do I get tofu? Well, tofu is pretty much in any supermarket. It's often in the salad section next to, the pre-bagged lettuce and whatnot, so that sort of thing. And today we're going to be cooking it in two different ways, so you can kind of see the difference. One, we're going to pan fry the tofu and coconut oil, and the second way, we're just going to microwave it. So you'll be able to see a little of the difference. The pan fry tends to have more of a little bit of a better texture.
Crispy outside.
Yes, crispy. As in the microwave one, if you're just looking to get it done real fast, you're real hungry, the microwave one is the way to go. So with that, we'll get started here. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the pan, say to about medium heat. And then we're going to add a little coconut oil. I would say just enough to coat the base of the pan. So that would be approximately 1 tablespoon. And then we're going to add half of the tofu to the pan. And as that's starting to heat up, we're going to start working on the second dish. So, the second variety is, just take your tofu, put it in a bowl. I'm going to take about... I tend to like my tofu and cheese and coconut a little bit, almost like a little bit soupy, because as the tofu gets microwaved, a lot of the water actually comes out, and so the water with the coconut oil ends up being very much like a soup with a very light broth. So, now we're going to take this, and depending on the strength of your microwave, you're going to microwave it somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes on high. This is a pretty strong microwave, so somewhere between 1.5 to 2 minutes should be enough. So, and as this is going, we're going to look again at our tofu here. It's starting to heat up. We'll probably turn it up here a little bit. Put this on high now, just to get it really going here. It really doesn't take that much longer to pan fry. It just really depends on whether you're interested in really just taking a pan out and washing it afterwards. Otherwise, it would just be the single bowl. This is it's really quite fast. And then you'll start to hear it sizzle a little bit here, and that means it's starting to get hot, and it's gonna start browning up pretty quickly here.
How long does it take to brown up tofu?
Just a few minutes, depending on the heat of your pan and how little oil you use. If you use less oil, it'll tend to brown up a little bit more. So yeah, 3 to 4 minutes on average. while we leave the pan-fried version to continue to brown up, we're going to finish up with our microwave version right here, steaming. And now, depending on what you like to add, I think a good start to this recipe is using cheese. I like my grated cheese, depending on whatever kind of cheese you like. I'm a fan of a mixed cheese, also jalapeno cheese, make it a little bit spicier. Just take and put a little cheese on top. And you mix it up so that the cheese can melt first before you add your soy sauce. If you're not a fan of soy sauce, like a friend of mine isn't, I would recommend using the electrolyte salts mix that we use. Right here. A little more cheese. And pepper is a great choice as well when it comes to spicing up the tofu. The tofu is very, it's
bland.
It really is bland. I was going to say malleable. Bland is a good way of putting it.
Bland.
It is very bland, but it's excellent at absorbing any flavor you add to it. So, when you add the soy sauce, when you add the cheese, it's really going to taste like a lot like soy sauce and cheese. So, and with that, this is the completion of the microwave version of tofu, cheese, and coconut oil.
Let me guess. Yep, and it's delicious.
Yes.
Really tasty. Surprisingly tasty. I'm not a big tofu fan because I've never really eaten this stuff, but the first time I ate this, it was like really good. But I like the pan-fried tofu with that crispy outside. You know, that comes up really nicely.
Now we're back over here to the pan-fried version of the tofu. It is just about done. You tend to mix it around a little bit and put it all together. So as you can see, it's gotten a little bit browned here on different sides. The texture is going to be very nice. You can always keep on cooking it longer if you prefer it to have a much more firm, slightly crunchy texture. So with that, we'll also add some more cheese on top and a little bit of soy sauce. And in this one, instead of using black pepper, we'll use sriracha hot sauce just to show you another variation on this recipe. And there you have it. Pan-fried tofu, cheese, and coconut oil. Two different versions, both very simple, just depending on what you're interested in.
Yes. That's great. Okay, Mickey. Say goodbye.
And see y'all later.